Hello farmers and welcome back to Pallegney on Farming Simulator 25. Well, the beginning of this video is not going to go as according to plan. I just actually finished recording this, and for the first like 20 minutes or so, I'm not sure what happened, but I got no audio for my microphone. So I'm doing a voiceover right now. So I figured what we do is I'll at least explain what we'll be doing, and then we'll be doing a time lapse until we get to where we're going to be putting our silage bales into the BGA, because it is January and our silage bales will be ready. But we're heading on up to the store, and we're going to be leasing ourselves, of course, the tree devourer and a trailer as well, so I can do it all on this tractor. Yeah, we do got a trailer, but that's a semi-trailer, and it'd be kind of hard to put that next to the John Deere AR, and it's just easier to just go ahead and lease it. It's not going to be that expensive. Right here I'm just showing what is in the sale page currently, and yeah, I'm also explaining as well, because I still get every once in a while comments saying, buy this combine, buy that tractor. In this series here, for the farm, we can only buy from the used section. So I can't just say I want a combine, I got the money, let's go buy one brand new. We can't do that. We can only buy from the used section. That's a rule on this series. So yeah, I'm explaining that. I'm checking on my leased vehicles, because the other rule that we got now is I can only have 3 leased items at a time. I was just double checking. The only thing I got leased currently is the plow that I kept throughout winter. And I never really looked too hard for contracts for plowing, but yeah. And now here I am. I think I fiddled around for a bit trying to figure out, where is this tree devourer? What's it under? I thought it was a wood chipper, whatever, but I'm going to find it under excavator tools. There it is. So I'm going to be leasing this. And there's a couple things you need to know when using this. If you want wood chips, you definitely need the capacity, where it says capacity 50,000, adds an extra 25,000. Now, this is what I don't get. It says real or unreal. All that does is add the chute. You do not need the chute at all for this to spit out wood chips into a trailer. But for our option today, I am picking the chute just to make it look real, even though it's classified as unreal. I don't get that setting at all. I'm also going to change the color of it, because January, whole bunch of snow on the ground, and a white wood chipper in the snow. It was just going to be too much. So 7,600, I think it was, to lease that. Don't worry, we'll make plenty on wood chips, as we know. Wood chips, I think, was going for 560, which I should say that because, yeah, you're not going to see that time lapse, but I did say the wood chips are going for about 560. And here I'm trying to pick out what trailer I want. I was going to go with, just get any old trailer. I'm like, you know what? We're going to be getting a lot of wood chips. This thing's going to fill up rather quickly. So just go ahead and get a big one. The John Deere AR can do it, no problem. So, yeah, we're leasing the John Deere AR, and we're going to head on down to the field. Well, I say the field. But, yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing a time lapse. I did do it. I did a whole bunch of commentary before, but like I said, for some reason, the audio from my microphone didn't pick up for the first little bit. So you're going to get a time lapse of me doing wood chipping. We're also going to be putting in a shed as well. So you'll see me fiddle around trying to figure out what shed I want to use a little bit. But we'll be putting a shed down. And when you come back, it'll be like halfway through, or just at the start, I think, of putting the bales into the BGA. And what I was trying to do, which you'll see when I get to that, I was trying to test again to see if I can get some of the silage bales onto the autoloader and unload onto the trigger point, because I did some resurfacing of the soil, and I thought maybe since I lowered it a little bit, maybe the trigger would pick up. But yeah, as you'll see in the time lapse, it will not. A couple of the things you may see in the time lapse as I try this tree devourer is the big trees. There's a couple of big trees I'm going to try to take down. The tree devourer would not do it. So you're going to see me get out a chainsaw. I'm going to cut down the tree and try to chip it up that way. And then later on, you're going to see me just take out the chainsaw and use a lumberjack mod and completely just cut the really big trees out of here. I didn't want to bother dragging them up to the sell point just to get a little bit of extra cash. I was just trying to do a quick job here with the wood chipper. But anyways, yeah, a quick voiceover at the beginning. Not what I had planned, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I will see you in just a little while when it comes time to put the silage bales into the BGA. Yeah, and there goes all the snow. I'm glad I changed the wood chipper over to red, because with white, it was going to be just too much. But yeah, as the wood chipper, you saw the wood chip spitting out there. That's where you know it's working. And yeah, actually, I'm going to just talk this a little bit more here, because what you're going to see, I think the next tree I pick out is going to be one of the big trees. And this big tree right here, as you can see, you'll hear it where it's working, but you're not getting the big plume of wood chips, which means it's not working at all on that side of the tree. So those sides of trees, you have to either do a different method, but Devour Tree mod will not work on it. All right, I'll catch you at the back end, and yeah, we'll zip right on through this. Get those in, and actually now this trailer could go over here in this big shed. And the Agro Star right next to it's good enough for me. What brand telehandler did I get? The Sheboygan? Is that the name of the brand? Sheboygan? I can see it, but I need to see the whole Shinneborgan. Yeah. Shinneborgan? Shinneborg? Yeah. We got our green telehandler. Now we all know how my telehandler skills are, so I'm going to grab 6. Are you sure? Well, it kind of worked last time a little bit. As long as you go kind of on the slow side-ish, it should be okay. And once we get it, the BGA nice and full, we can speed up time as we keep on loading it. If I remember correctly, I did sell... almost tipped those over. Get those a little bit more upright. Easy with a telehandler tool. Don't want to tip it too far. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Don't know how the other ones... Okay. Well, the first one went well. But yeah, I was just thinking, I did sell everything out of the grain mill, I do believe, right? Let me check the stock market page. Yeah, I just got the silage here. That's it. Then it'll be a while before I get paid again. Do you want to speed up time now? Because the BGA is full. Yes, yes we do. I will put it at times 120. And theoretically, all these bales that are in the shed should be gone here momentarily. Alright, silage bales, start. Why are these bales? We should have had more than that. Are the other ones not fermented yet? They should be all fermented pretty much at the same time, because usually when I wrap the bales, I put the time scale at times 1, so they're all ready roughly at the same time. Well, at least this looks a little bit better than me running back and forth one bale at a time with super strength. Alright, silage. Is that the rest of them? Oh, and I got one that's not a 6,000 liter bale. We'll pop that out. Alright, there they all are. There they all are. We're currently up to 360,000 in the bank account, which is nice to see. Because yeah, now we're going to be entering that time of the year where I'm not going to really have any income flowing in. The grain mill, all the stuff that's made there doesn't get sold until like November, December, or January. And of course, silage bales weren't going to have any more until, is it like July? Something like that. So we gotta be ready for a sale of a harvester. Fingers crossed before harvest season. Again, though, if it's not here, then we'll just keep on leasing the case axial flow that we've been using. Getting kind of on the dark side. Don't want to get too dark while I'm moving this around. And this one must be out of the trigger. There we go. Easy peasy, nice and easy. I think I'll just park. Oh yeah, I also forgot to fix that little thing back there, which means a little bit of landscaping I should be doing. Alright, yeah, we can fix that pretty quickly, I think. So he says. Yep, that's right. And then... Did that do it? Kind of hard to do inside of a shed. I think that's why my cursor is bouncing around everywhere. Why, oh why are you not leveling out better? Let's do it from the outside. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Alright, got that nice and level. Yeah, let's not fiddle around with that anything more. Okay, so we zipped through the day. Anything in the sales department? Well, no, just a header trailer. So, yeah, we'll go on and go to bed. Well, let me get past another hour. Do I get any more money? Just a little bit more. So we're up to 380,000. Again, pretty much almost any combine that comes up for sale, I should be able to afford it. Even the more expensive ones, it'd be kind of close. But, yeah, it'd be interesting to see. All right, February, then right on to March. I don't have no animals to take care of. No productions to worry about. We do got snow on the ground. Well, okay. An auto-loading log trailer, which we don't need, and a forage harvester header. All right, and then we'll just zip on through the day. Just check it again. Well, we got headers, but no combine. It's like they're just teasing me a little bit. Yeah, subsoil the cultivator. All right, let's go on to March. Why sell a header and not the combine? A little foggy this morning, but let's see what we got here. And no. That's a big grain trailer. It looks like a big grain trailer, but it only holds 43,000 liters? That only holds 40,000 liters of grain. Seems like a lot bigger than that. It is rather, I mean, it is cheap, but for a semi, it looks like it holds a lot more than that. Well, yeah. So what's the plan moving forward here? I mean, oh, that's the wrong button. Wait, I got canola oil? Oh, just what's in stock. I got digestate. Yeah, I got nothing there. Let's see what we got here on our fields. That's going to be the red beet from last season, right? Yeah, that's been harvested. So they haven't planted nothing in these fields yet. We'll see what they decide to plant. Our fields are good to go. Do you feel like is there any plowing contracts maybe that you want to do? Nothing showing up currently. Let's go ahead and fast forward time till a little bit later on. And contracts. It's kind of dead. I mean, there's a cultivating contract, but nothing I want to do. All of our fields are taken care of. I have nothing to do with my fields. pH value is bad, but then currently in precision farming, yeah, the lime, placing of the lime is not working as intended, we hope. I hope it's not intended to be the way it is, or else it's going to be kind of difficult doing that. So hopefully there'll be a fix to that in the future. Our grass field's not going to be ready until, well, let's see. I planted it in October, so it grew in November. It should have grown here in March. So is it ready for harvest? But of course we don't want it in this growth stage. We want it in the next growth stage. Yeah, it says ready for harvest, but we don't want this grass here. We want next month's grass. I feel like we just say forget March and go right on to April. Because there's nothing that we need to be doing here. Do you want to return that plow at this point? Because, I mean, people are going to have planted their crops. Or hang on to it just for one more month. I think we'll hang on to it just for one more month and then return it. And then probably lease it again next spring. Or not next spring, next fall. Yeah, okay, so just again on the store. Yeah, headers, but no combine. Let's go to about mid-afternoon and double check on the store again. And what do we got here? Well, we got another grain trailer, if you will. And we got ourselves a corn, it's a sorghum header. They're selling headers, but no combines. It's almost like the game knows that what's going on and just going to go ahead and just tease me with some equipment over and over and over again. All right, April, my lucky month? Probably not. There's a tornado in the forecast. Sale page? No. It's all right, but I mean, harvest season's not for another couple months. What time is the twister supposed to be here? 10 to 12. But your grass field is ready to be cut, right? Let me just jump over to the grass field and we'll have a look-see. Oh, no, wrong button. Don't sell, visit. Yeah, so this is ready for harvest. Grass should be at its full height. I say we come over here and start cutting it, I suppose. Let me advance time just a little bit. Oh, now, okay, wait. Maybe we'll wait until the twister is gone. Let me activate flight mode. And looking to see where it is. Currently not seeing it. I think we had one before where it forecasted it and I never saw it. Well, all right, advance time to the next hour, and here it is. And it's right next to the farm. So the question is, which way are you going to go? Can't tell currently. So we got our grass field here. This is a field of barley. The house is holding up pretty well. Let me put the time scale to times 15 so we can see which way it's going. Looks like it's... Well, it hasn't made up a mind where it wants to go yet. Looks like it's going to go away from the farm. No, not right over the playground. Think of the children. Well, looks like we dodged a bullet with that one. Let me advance time a little bit more. Yeah, it's going away from us. We don't have to worry about it damaging our fields. And there she goes. What time is the rain actually going to stop? Oh, it's going to rain the rest of the day. The twister left a path of destruction on my farm. Where? Oh, you know what it might be? Kind of the same thing I'm having on the dark forest. Because since we bought the land... if I highlight that land here, if I click on... Well, let's go to... farmland, and I click on this. Yeah, it's all these forest areas in the city. So that's why we got some trees that were damaged. So that's why it says left a path of destruction there. Well, it looks like it's going to be raining all day. So I'm going to have to cut the grass in the rain, which is not what I want to be doing. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. John Deere is all set to go with the mowers on it. AgroStar ready to rock and roll. Hire one of the Franks to follow us. I think we all know the routine. Looks like I seem to get Franco a lot lately. Haven't really seen Frank too much. Maybe Frank left. Let's go ahead and put the cruise control on. It should be at 9 miles an hour. And you should be following right behind me. Lovely. So a little grass cutting in the rain. But it is what it's going to be. Or unless I, at least wait until dark and then cut the grass. And that seems like no fun. So I'll let you enjoy a little bit of grass cutting here. Because some do like to see it, but most don't. So but I will show a little bit off. And yeah, I'll do the normal thing where Of course, I wrap up the bales. Only grass field I got to do now, because the other grass field now is a parking lot. We got a shed on there, and we painted the rest of it as gravel dirt. So no more grass field over there to maintain, just this one here. Now, I've been using the digestate to put in this field, but now with precision farming, I'm not sure if I use a slurry tanker, the one I have. Is it just going to put a set amount down, or will it actually put down the correct amount? It doesn't really have sensors on it, so I'm not too sure. Although this field was over-fertilized, and it still is over-fertilized, so I don't know if it's going to be... I'm going to have to wait until the grass regrows and check it next month to see if it does need fertilizer or not. It still may not require fertilizer, so I'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully Frank doesn't have any issues. Or Franco, I should say. So now that I'm cutting in April, it'll be May, June, yeah, July. July before these bales have fermented and can earn us some more cash. Yeah, I'm very torn what to do with our money right now. Like I said, we could wait until... Well, I mean, I could wait until harvest season. So even though if the farmers plant a crop that we like to get, I can buy the field when it's not until it's ready for harvest. Then we can really see our money situation. By then, I'll either know, you know, am I going to lease a harvester for another year, or we'll have bought one by then. Because either way, I'm going to be buying the field when it's ready for harvest, so I'm going to get a harvester to harvest it. So either I have one or I don't. We got very lucky with that twister. That just happened. Spawned right at the farm, but it went the other direction. Luckily on this series here, with if I do take any damage from the environment, be hail or a twister, we don't have animals on the farm that rely on the crop that we harvest for food. So it'll be just a matter of not producing as much at the grain mill or producing silage bales for the BGA. Let me just see what the nitrogen level is in the field. I think I don't have to fertilize again. It's at 50 of 50. I think that's what grass requires, is 50. So the nitrogen level is good. The pH level is probably going to need to be taken care of at some point. But I'm kind of hoping that Giants will have a fix for it. We were actually talking about it quite a bit today on the stream about how to fix that situation. At least if I was working for Giants, how I would code it. Not that I'm great at coding games or anything, but yeah, and I guess there is some issues out there as well. If you decide to run precision farming, I guess cultivating contracts, harvesting contracts, and possibly even fertilizing contracts, you may not be able to finish with precision farming because of the tram line situation, like you can see to the field to our right. With the tram lines being there, technically that's not a field that you can cultivate. So if you take on a cultivating job, it still requires you to cultivate as much of the field, but now some of the field is tram lines, and you can't cultivate that. So you're having a hard time getting the contract to 100%. So do be aware of that. Hopefully Giants can fix that as well at some point. I do think the grass field is actually producing more grass with precision farming than we were before. It just seems that way. But either way, I'm going to end up with a lot of bales here. But we did go away through the winter today. We got some wood chips pretty darn quick, and we did delete a couple of trees in order to put down another shed. I don't think I'll need another shed unless I go really bananas on this series. But I mean, we got 2 sheds with a lot of empty space in it right now. Yeah, unfortunately, still no combine. But I mean, I was told, but there are no combines for sale in the wintertime. I could have swore I've seen them before. Just, I'm not getting lucky. I think so far in the series, I've only seen one harvester come up for sale, and that was early on. And yeah, I didn't have the money to even come close to buy it. I want to say it was the real expensive Case combine, the 11 series. That's why I think that came up for sale. And now here I am in year 7, and it seems like I can't get myself a combine to come up for sale. My life depended on it. And my life may depend on it by the time we get to harvest season this year. But, lucky number 7, maybe. Time will tell. But I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of this rain and cut the rest of this grass. And next time, we'll be wrapping up these bales. Just the last few when we start. And then I guess move on to May and June and maybe get right into harvest season. Have to see. Just gotta wait a couple more days to find out. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney. But until then, have a good one.